Hello one and all, welcome to Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera, where we smash goals like you smash the like button. That is correct. And what we are going to do today is have a very important and frank conversation about evolution. Evolution, that is, as I understand it. It's been a few years since I've been in school, but this is basically how it goes. So, if you are playing Pokemon, you go from this to this to this. Whereas in Digimon, it goes from this to this to this. And that is basically evolution. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen, and people of the world today. No, I'm just playing. That is not what we're going to talk about today. That is not the kind of evolution we're going to talk about today. Today we are going to talk a little bit about Darwinian evolution, and we're going to apply it to different components of life, including business, YouTube, and so many other things. So let me begin, let me explain. For those of you absolutely unfamiliar, let me explain evolution as I understand it. So here it goes. All of a sudden, we have this thing called life on our planet. This is a single-celled organism, and there's a lot of debate as to how life started on the planet. But let's just say life started on the planet, right? We have a single-celled organism, and from there, the single-celled organism, because of its DNA, is reproducing, and it's reproducing at this time asexually. It's just dividing its DNA, and it's becoming more and more single-celled organisms. Now, over enough time, because of environmental factors and other factors, there are going to be changes to that DNA. The DNA is going to change. So every, several eons, you're going to have mutations, if you will. You're going to have changes to the DNA, and since you have changes to the DNA, you're going to have changes in the way things reproduce and how they act. A lot of the time, it's going to be cancerous, or it's going to be not beneficial. So what happens with those creatures with malfunctioning DNA? Well, a lot of the time they die off, and what we're left with is a stronger generation, better equipped to deal with its current environment. So, enough time happens, and you get some more changes. And more time happens, you get changes and changes and changes. And the deal is that each generation, these changes, right? The creatures with the beneficial changes will be able to find better food, will be able to find more mates, and it's going to be able to reproduce its genes more frequently. Whereas the other ones will not be able to, and they will die off. This is unfortunate, but it does lead to generations of stronger adaptive creatures that are better at dealing with its current environment in the best way possible. Survival of the fittest, it's called. And that has a lot to do with business, it has a lot to do with YouTube, and it has a lot to do with the world. So let me get into the whole business aspect. You find a lot of this Darwinian evolution, survival of the fittest, in capitalism. Now let me explain how this happens. Every year, just a multitude of businesses are started. And I'm only talking about my own United States right now. I can't speak for the world, as I have not looked deep enough into it. But every year, just a multitude of businesses start up. And every year, just countless businesses fail. And that's natural, but out of all the failures, you get a few strong ones, and they're able to continue their business. They're able to continue growing their business model, and as time happens, there will be little changes to the business for one reason or another. They think they're better serving their public, and maybe they are, maybe they aren't. If they are, they get to continue forward, and they get more resources. Whereas the businesses who change but do not better suit their environment, better suit their clientele, they will die off. Again, this is unfortunate, this is terrible, but it does lead to stronger businesses. Now, here's the thing about business, and here's the thing about life. When you get a creature that's out of control, that's just this ultimate survivor, it could wipe out everything. And that's why we have a lot of anti-monopoly laws in the United States. And for those of you who are not familiar with what a monopoly is, it's when a single business has full control of the entire market in their way of business. For instance, if Starbucks were the only people on earth selling coffee, that would be a monopoly. So, here's the thing. We have laws that when a business gets too big, we break them up. And the idea of that is to encourage competition so that we can have healthy generations continuing and continuing. It's not that different than human beings, actually. You know, we've kind of become these ultimate survivors, and there are some problems with that. We're wiping out a lot of the things on this earth. Now, things on this earth were meant to be used, that's true. But when we do it endlessly, we could wipe out all the resources that we need to survive, and that's not unlike a virus. Then with an environment that's completely completely hostile to us, it's uninhabitable, I should say. It's hostile to us. We ourselves will start dying off until we die off like a virus, only to have the next generation supplant us. So that is how it applies in business. That is how it applies in life. Let's talk about YouTube, shall we? I am approaching my 1,000th subscriber, and maybe you can be my 1,000th subscriber today by clicking like, by clicking subscribe, and hitting the notification bell just so you get the new videos as soon as they come out. That would be a great favor to me, and I hope I'm offering something to you. So let's continue talking about this, shall we? Now, every year we have tons of people starting YouTubes, and a lot of them fail. They just go by the wayside. Out of every few of them, we have a few that are very successful, and they get to continue going on. They start building people in their subscribers. They start having monetization. Monetization means they have more money all of a sudden. More money means they can take that money, reinvest into their YouTube. Ideally invest some of it, and they're going to get higher production value, which in turn will lead to more subscribers, and so on. You start going higher and higher. And this is my promise to you, people of the world. I am building my YouTube channel. I am at not quite 1,000 subscribers, but I'm getting really close. And when I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, not too soon afterwards, I will be monetized. So, or not too soon, excuse me, not too long afterwards, I should say, I will be monetized. And hopefully, I can then take some of that money and reinvest it into my YouTube. How do I plan to reinvest into my YouTube to get from not 1,000, but 100,000, where I get my my YouTube plaque? Well, what I plan to do is I plan to update my editing software. I plan to update my camera setup. Right when I started with just the camera built into my computer. A lot of you can see that. Now I'm running off a Vixia G50. It's a really great camera. It's a nice setup, I think. But what I want to do is I want to take a second to get a vlogger's kit from one of these websites, and these vlogger's kits will allow me to take my cell phone and use it as a second camera. I know a lot of you use your cell phone as a camera already, but what I mean is this specific setup will be able to attach to a tripod or be good for on the go. It'll have an additional light that'll plug into the camera. It'll have a microphone that'll plug into the cell phone as well. So all of a sudden, I'm not running off of a new camera. No. I'm running off the Vixia G50, and I'm running off a second camera so that I get multiple angles, and hopefully I can use that in better editing. So I'm planning to change. I'm planning to adapt, and hopefully I will survive for a little while on this great platform. And understand that this is not the only way to survive, because no one knows what the future is. You know, YouTube could be around for 1,000 years, or it could be around for 10 years, you know, and contingencies must be made. We must continue to adapt and evolve so that we have opportunities to branch out and hopefully find more resources. For instance, I'm putting some of the merch on my site. You can find that description in the link. I'm running different businesses right now. I'm trying to use affiliates out there to advertise their merchandise so that I get a commission of that. I'm running different businesses on the side, and this is all while I'm still studying engineering so that I can do that as well. This hopefully is so that I will get eventually different streams of income. I want multiple streams of income so that if one goes away, you know, even a job can go away. You can be fired, and then where will you be? You know, if you have multiple streams of income, one of the streams goes away, it's a bad day, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm planning many contingencies here. I do plan to continue to change, to develop my material, to do new camera angles, to upgrade my setup, to do a multiple number of things so that I might move on to the next generation of YouTube. Hopefully, I hope so, and with your help, that is very much possible. I do ask you this. I am willing to change, you know, we should all be willing to change. You know, it's not a guarantee, but I look forward to receiving your guys' ideas and suggestions. So if you write in the comment section, you know, what could I be doing to upgrade this setup? What could I be doing to upgrade my YouTube channel for you, the audience, who I am trying to reach out to, who I am trying to build relationships with, so that we can continue to grow and move on together. That is my goal, to build up my own setup, but to build up yours as well. I would very much like to help you, and I look forward to offering you as much as I can. So leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be here to write back, and I look forward to talking to you all. You've all been amazing. I do hope that you press like. I do hope that you press subscribe. I hope that you press that notification bell so that you get the new episodes as soon as they come out. This has been a really amazing talk with you guys. Evolution, you know, we should all be working to get stronger, and if we want to survive, we have to be adaptable, especially in this age of technology. Adaptability is the #1 trait. We have to be willing to move with the punches, you know. If one thing doesn't work, that's fine, maybe we continue to try it. If one thing doesn't work continuously, time after time again, let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Let's drop that off of us like dead weight, and let's try something else, a new idea that will hopefully be beneficial. If that idea is not good, then we brush it off again, and we look for a new idea. But the point is to be consistently looking for new ideas, and this will get easier the more you do it. This will get easier. So that's the idea. The idea is practice through failure, and you fail up. You fail upward, not downward. Don't let it knock you down. But the whole idea is that the more failures you have, the more experience you're going to get, the less failures you're going to have, the more you're going to be able to rise. When you get to that new plateau, it's going to be new territory, alien territory. You're going to fail a lot again until you don't. Until your ideas start going up and up and up again to the next plateau, and so on. And that's what we hope to do. We're growing beings, we're changing beings, we're evolving. Hopefully we're making this a better place for ourselves. Hopefully we're making it a better place for our children. Hopefully we're making it a better place for the other species we have living on this planet. You know, we're ideally taking care of ourselves, we're ideally taking care of everything else to the best of our ability. So evolve, grow, change. I thank you for being here with me on Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I have been your host, Ernie Rivera. Here's my little coffee mug. It has my picture on it. You can find the description below. Have a great day, guys. Bye.